Okay, so episode 16 of V0. So it's not as as tense as last episode. It was pretty chillax, if I had to say so myself. But we get to see more of Sufuru and how pathetic he is. At this point, I'm already used to his patheticness. Uh, many things happened. He restarted. He went back to Krush Mansion. He went and talked to Krush, and he was trying to convince her that he wanted her to assist him in trying to save Amelia. Krush was like, no, there's no point in me saving. Oh, let's change this. She was like, there's no point in me saving Amelia. I mean, who knows? Like, how do you know? Like, the attack was going to be in 3 days. How do you even know that the witch's cult is about to strike? Anyways, like, there's no evidence. He just said out of the blue that the witch's cult is going to attack Amelia's place. In 3 days, they're gonna slaughter all the villagers and stuff. And Krush was, she was confused, like, what is going on? Like, even if I help, like, even if he set the deal, like, if she helps Subaru, save Amelia, he will tell Amelia that she cannot attend the kingdom selection any longer, because either way she's going to die, or she's gonna be out of the selection anyways. And Krush was like, no, she just denied the the negotiations. She basically said that even if she helped, there's no point. Like, she's not going to win anyways. That's what Krush has come to a conclusion of. And that pissed off Subaru. Subaru was like, he was just saying, no, what kind of ruler are you? You're going to like freaking allow innocent people die before you without doing a thing. And she just said that she didn't care. Like, at this point, you can't. It's hard to believe what Subaru says, because he expects everyone to think that they already know what's going to happen. He expects everyone to trust him, know what's going to happen and stuff. That doesn't work like that, dude. You sound suspicious as hell, Subaru. It's not gonna work out like that. He went to Priscilla, and this is where his pathetic point just increased, went off the charts, man. Priscilla was just toying with him, and she's like, lick my foot, and then I'll maybe consider. When you hear lick the foot, you just have to just leave, get out the room. Don't even negotiate any further. Or even if you're about to lick the foot, I mean, how pathetic are you? And she says she consider, like, you lick the foot, and she might say no. I mean, come on. He's about to lick the foot, and then bam. Kicks in the face. She didn't want him to lick his foot, like her foot. She was like, this is pathetic, man. Get out of here. Like, I don't even want you. I was just playing with you, bro. And like, she just kicked him out. Get Al, and apparently Al didn't like how the way Priscilla called his name. Yeah, and he carried him out like a freaking cool dude. He's pretty chill. I like Al. Like, he's like, yo, you okay, brother? Like, I better go before she makes me slice you in half. And then he walks around. Then he saw like a little girl, and that she turns out to be second in command of the mercenary force of Anastasia's army, which was Beast. So we saw Anastasia. They went and chat, and Anastasia sounded like she was being nice. She was negotiating with Subaru easier than the other candidates, because she the Julius the Julius situation where like Julius beat the hell out of him. She gave them she gave him her signature and the location of where to get a ground dragon, because at this moment ground dragons are not even that they're all, someone's buying them all up, and it's there's not many left in the city. So she gave him that, and then she got some information out of him. He started talking about Fellow, this guy named Fellow, because he's in charge of this basically the bank in the city. He's a big dude. He's and Krush is making weaponry and stuff for her side of the her team, and that gave Anastasia some information that she's working with a fellow here. And after that, Subaru got pissed off. She's like, you were using me this whole time. One thing, you don't mumble about other people's situation. Like, you don't mumble, oh, you're so that's why fellow was with Krush and stuff. Like, you don't do that. It's just stupid. Like, Anastasia just like freaking wrecked him. Subaru got so pissed, like, you used me, man. What the hell? It's like, oh, what you gonna do now? And he was about to rip the paper, and then he thought about it, and then she's like, even you're not that stupid. And once he was about to get close, bam, freaking the little girl, second command, said, hey, yo, you get any closer, then something's going down. They both leave, and then they exchange glances, and then bam. Everyone stands up. She was like, before you go to the table and negotiate, you must know what the dealer wants, and then you get what they want and dangle before them until they beg. And that was the coolest quote ever. And every candidate says to freaking Subaru, you always want, like, he always wants something, even though it's not for himself, even though it's for others, to help others. You can't do that. I mean, you're just asking like, yo, help me, help me. You sound like a beggar. And it's just pathetic, like hands down pathetic. The pathetic radar for freaking Subaru is so freaking high right now. Like, it's off the charts, man. And I'm used to it because ever since he broke the promise with Emilia, it went downhill with him. And yeah, then he as everyone walked out, Anastasia's cool badass mafia people that like just stood up. That was so BA. Rem comes in, and says, even the freaking Knight, they don't believe, like, because they keep getting anonymous tips about the witch's cult. So now, like, the witch's cult, it looks like they planned everything out. They can't be found easily. I mean, people keep doing anonymous tips, and it usually doesn't really, it's usually not true. So this helps the witch's cult a lot. And now there's not many ground dragons. It feels like they have planned everything out for this moment to attack Roswell Mansion. And that's pretty impressive. Then Subaru and Ram went to the they went on the journey back to Roswell. They met the merchant guy that on the first life where he died at Roswell Mansion, where he the merchant guy where he the guy who took who brought Subaru to Roswell Mansion when Ram left him during the middle of the night. So he made a bargain with those guys, get the villagers in here and move them somewhere else safe, and I'll give you money. And then Subaru was gonna buy oil from the guy who took Subaru to the Roswell Mansion when Rem left him. Yeah, so he bought oil from him because he had too much, and they're pretty cheap ass oil, so no one's like, I'll buy it. So he's like, I'll buy your oil, I'll pay for all of you. And then they were talking to this one guy on the right when they were traveling without any break in the middle of the night to Roswell Mansion. They arrived to the tree, I think the Fugo tree. Yeah, Fugo tree. Yeah, the orange guy's talking to them, and then all of a sudden he disappears, and everyone acts like he wasn't there. And then all of a sudden this big ass eyeball pop, bam, it looked like a lizard whale thing. It was like moaning, and the wind bursts out everywhere. I don't know if anyone senses it but Subaru, but like it looks like no one's can sense that well but Subaru at this moment. And maybe they can sense him once that beast thing starts howling and attacking stuff, but at this point I don't think they notice it yet. And yeah, that's where it cuts off. Little money, tiny cliffhanger, nothing that big, nothing too like wow, but still it's still a mini cliffhanger. And this episode was okay. It was decent. We get to see how smart these candidates are. Anastasia, for one, she is the girl for this episode, man. She was a beast, man. She can a girl her age speaking, acting like a BA. Props for her. So guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you guys aren't, make sure to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Peace out.